So our first story comes from Kamaru Usman. After rumors of a potential Conor McGregor fight, Usman went to Twitter and took a shot at Conor. He wrote, "I really don't understand why you guys all want this man dead. I could shag him in there if I wanted to and he would do nothing. F*** out of here." Now this is a very interesting call out from Kamaru Usman since the word shag is British slang for the act of having sex. So moving on, our next story comes from Daniel Cormier, who says he does not want to see Usman fight Conor. Speaking on the DC and Helwani show, Cormier says Usman is just too big for Conor.
I just think that in terms of the hype of a fight, Usman Masvidal should be the fight. That would be the best one. I don't want to see Conor fight Kamaru Usman. I don't want to see that fight.
Why not?
He's too big. He's so big. Usman's so big. And not only so big, he's so skilled and tough, man. Like, I learned a lot about Kamaru Usman in the Colby Covington fight. Every time people talk to me, and I like Usman, and I would say stuff about him, and they would ask me about him, and I'd say, I love Usman. I think he's great. But to this point, he's been able to dictate every single exchange of every single fight, right? When it gets rough, he takes him down. If he doesn't want to take him down, he stands and he beats him up. He hasn't had to deal with any adversity. He's been that good. But Covington dealt him a lot of adversity. And he went through that and showed just how absolutely tough and durable he is. I thought Colby was an issue because of the cardio, the pace, the pressure. Usman matched that and exceeded it to finish Colby, who himself is just a phenomenal fighter. And I just think that all those questions that he answered in that fight with Covington tells me, man, it's going to be very difficult to get that belt off of him for a lot of people. He's good, man. And if that physical ability is matched by that mental toughness he showed in the Covington fight, I just don't know if there's a tougher fight for him in the division than Colby Covington right now, just in terms of matchup.
Our next story comes from Michael Bisping, who responded to Conor McGregor's GSP tweet from a couple days ago. A bit of context, Conor said one of the reasons GSP is number 3 on the pound-for-pound GOAT list is because he fought a, quote, one-eyed fighter, which is obviously a jab at Bisping. Speaking on the Believe You Me podcast, Michael Bisping reacts to the tweet and explains that there's no beef with him and Conor.
GSP is in at number 3, still rhyming, much less array of finishes, but champion status in number 2. He is far behind though. Reasons equal. Left 170 pounds after much damage taken, unquestionable decision, never re-engaged 170 pound successes, bottled the Anderson fight, only moved when one-eye fighter presented, played safe.
Who's he talking about?
Who could he possibly be talking? Who in the world fought George St. Pierre with one eye? Let's go through the list. There's many, many people. So I went on Twitter. I honestly can't remember what I said. I'm not bothered, but he's referring to me there clearly. So I've got to respond. Oh, here it is. Well, this one-eyed fighter you speak of actually beat your number 1 in Anderson Silva, and he defended his belt. So your logic doesn't really add up. Anyway, have a good day. #facts. And yeah, there you go. One-eyed, no eyes, one-eyed tied behind his back. No fight against Bisping is easy. Anyway, yeah, listen, I'm not interested in having beef with Conor. He's having a bit of fun. He's talking about goats. But he mentioned me there, and I feel... I'm allowed to back my own corner. Because listen, at the end of the day, McGregor is very exciting. He's the fucking man. He's on the top of the MMA mountain. It's as simple as that. Listen, we have the same management company, so I'm not trying to start any beef with McGregor. More having a laugh, if I'm honest.
Our next story comes from John Jones' manager, Abe Kawa. Speaking to MMA Junkie Radio, Abe Kawa says that the Jones versus Ngannou fight can still happen.
Listen, it can always still happen. One thing we have is tremendous amount of respect for Dana and the guys up there. Whenever the fans really want something to happen, it happens. So that being said, it can always happen. That's never a straight no. It's not. It can absolutely happen. The situation was just, I don't want to get, too much into it. It was pretty much John wants to fight Francis. He's looking, to get compensated for it. And they were like, maybe not right now. It's not going to happen. And he just was, he's just like, I can't believe it's not happening. And, yeah, that's pretty much the way it went down. There's nothing more to it. So in terms of negotiations and whatnot, it was just a flat no.
Our next story comes from Henry Cejudo. Yesterday, the UFC officially confirmed that the bantamweight belt is now vacant. Well, today, Cejudo released a statement on Twitter. He said, "Thank you for the awesome experiences, Uncle Dana White. I will forever be grateful. Thank you for taking a chance on the sport that people thought would never make it. To all my coaches and fans, it's been a wonderful ride. Triple C is out. #retired on top." Our next story comes from UFC legend Tito Ortiz, who says he's been offered a fight against Mike Tyson. Speaking to TMZ, Tito says a fight against Mike Tyson would do double the Mayweather vs. McGregor pay-per-view buys.
And all of a sudden, 2 days later, I get a phone call and someone's asking me,
what do you think about fighting Mike Tyson? I was like, really? This is an opportunity of my life. I'm in. I'm not sure if it's going to be MMA or boxing yet. I haven't even got that far. I think we both got to be cleared by the athletic commission. So that's the biggest thing. But either or, I mean, I've been boxing for 20 years, man, and my boxing skills have gotten better and better. I mean, they may not be at the same level as Tyson, but has Tyson been punched in the face in the last 15 years? No, he hasn't. You know, Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather did. I think we could double that. I just think it would be amazing. I think it would be fun.
After all said and done, Tito Ortiz versus Mike Tyson. I really like that.
Speaking of Mike Tyson, it's been reported that Bare Knuckle FC has offered Tyson $20 million to fight in the past, but Tyson turned them down. Well, now they plan to increase the offer, and the opponent would be Wanderlei Silva. Our next story comes from Mike Perry, who no longer believes in coaches. Speaking to MMA Junkie, Mike Perry says he doesn't need coaches anymore and would rather have his girlfriend and her friend be his corner for the future.
Who are you going to be working with? Like, if the next fight comes in, who do you think will be in your corner?
My girlfriend. Just her. If not, her and her friend. Listen, all I need the corner for is to pass me the bottle of water, wipe my head off, or put the ice on my neck when I get hot coming in between rounds. It's probably not going to go more than 5 minutes. And if it does, all I need is a bottle of water. I need a sip of drink and put some ice on my neck, and I don't need no advice. I feel like I've never really gotten advice. I feel like people just sound like Charlie Brown's teacher in the corner. They don't even know what the f to say because they wouldn't go in there and do what the f they're talking about. I don't know how their coaching shit works. It doesn't really matter. One fight or one corner, whatever. It's all you need. The UFC wraps my hands. Big Tate wraps my hands. So I got a good hand wrap. I got a good game plan for myself. Ain't nobody telling me otherwise. Ain't nobody having me drill a bunch of shit that I'm not going to be fucking dealing with. I'm going to drill things and I'm going to see them how they're going to go because I'm the one with the experience in there. I'm the one who knows what happens in there. I'm the one who understands where they go, what they do, how they do it, how they move, how they think I'm going to move. And it's mind games, it's tricks. And I'm better than them. I'm better than everybody. I know I am. I just got to fucking do it my way.
Our next story comes from Aljamain Sterling. Speaking on the Anik and Florian podcast, Sterling talks about bringing his career back on track after being knocked out by Marlon Moraes.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a lot to take in, man. I tell you what, it's a blessing to be in this position. I really, truly do feel I worked my ass off to get back here. I know I will never stop saying it. You know, a loss like that to Marlon, a devastating knockout, even though I still believe personally it was my fault, my own undoing. And, you know, Marlon kind of subtly admitted to that wasn't the exact thing he was looking to do. But that's a career changer, man. There's a lot of people who don't bounce back from that, especially being so young in your career. It kind of make you have all these self-doubts. And from there, you can just spiral down with the 2, 3, 4 losses in a row and get cut. You know, sometimes it's just 2 losses. You know, so I'm just glad I've been able to bounce back, keep my head on right, and I got the right coaches in my corner, the good teammates, and I did the right things. You know, after that knockout, I took some time off from sparring and from training, and I think when I fought Brett Johns, I didn't spar until, the last week before the fight, or the week and a half before the fight, and that was the only sparring I actually did, and all I did was wrestle. I was like, you know what, I'm going to wrestle. I told these guys, come after me. I want to see where my chin's at, and thank God I didn't get hit. But
our next story comes from Jessica I. Speaking on SiriusXM Fight Nation Radio, Jessica I says that she will climb and become champion before her career is over.
Yeah, you know, it's a lot of, you know, capitalizing on opportunities like this. You know what I mean? It'll regain that fan that didn't really know me, that watched me that night and seen me get knocked out and was instantly turned off by me. So they're going to see me work my way up, and they'll relate to me, right? Because the average individual, you know, like, they can relate to that kind of a fighter. So I'm excited to rebuild. You know, when I said I came to 25, we all knew since day one when I've been in the 125 division that I'm champion material, and I'm going to be the champ. The story ends that way. But my story to get there is just different than other people's, and I'm okay with that. And, again, fights like this, these last-minute epic fights during history-making time. Like the pandemic, they're going to talk about these fights and these athletes for life, and I get to be a part of that. And being a part of that is just going to allow me to keep building my story to get back to Valentina. I had things that I made mistakes going into that fight, and I'm glad that people didn't get to see me at my best so they can continue to expect the worst. So when I perform at my best, they'll be even more shocked.
That about wraps up the video for today. I thank you for watching, and peace.